Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
I'm Luis, and then I will be your speaker for the hour. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Hilda. Okay. Welcome. Welcome. Sorry. Welcome, Luis, to be our speaker for the tutorial sharing today at the Pspj Monday meeting. So thank you, Mr. Luis, to do a sharing today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So without further ado, Mr. Luis, you may start your sharing.
Hello. Today I will be sharing about my conceptual portraits, which I did all over the years. And I will be including some tips about it. Hope that the members of Pspj will benefit from this session. Okay. So this is what I did back in 2012. This is one of my earliest works, and I did it in Restroom Club in Scott Garden. But that time I'm not very good in the flash yet, so I used the modeling lamp for the strobe for the lighting only. Yes, the yellow bulb, and I shoot in RAW so I can adjust it in post-processing back to the normal color instead of the yellowish light. So this is what I do. I borrowed this dress from one of the award-winning international designer, Bill Keith. Yes, he is generous enough to lend me his clothes. Thank you to him once again. Okay, this is similar. This is inspired by circus or the opera backstage with the red cloth behind. With the red cloth behind the model, it is like those backstage velvet covers, and with the bulbs of the makeup table, it looks quite vintage. Yes, opera circus backstage. So this one I did it in low shutter speed, high ISO. I remember it's around 1/40 seconds and 1000 ISO. And then I learned a special stance to stabilize the camera. Yes, stance, a way that to hold the camera so the camera will not be shaky without a tripod. So the stance means, okay. Do anybody want me to show the stance or just pass it on?
No, I think it should just go on.
Oh yes, please.
Okay.
You can share it, yeah.
Okay, so for anybody who is wanting to shoot low shutter speed, you can do this. Okay, one arm, the elbow as the platform, and then the hand holding your other shoulder. So you pull it so your hand will be stiff, your arm will be stiff, and then you can put your camera on your elbow. But the downside is you cannot zoom or you cannot unzoom your lens. So this stance you can shoot in a quite low shutter speed without a tripod. All right, next. Okay, this one I collaborated with Miss Malaysia World Official Fashion Designer Sarakian Wan Jolie. Yes, the designer is from Sarawak, so I used the Sarawak. He used the Sarawak Pua Kumbu textile. Yes, and then I combined it with the Iranian scratch art, a type of art that which is quite popular in the Middle East. and then I put Persian and Bornean art together. Yeah, it's quite risky if the art is not done well. If the combination is not done well, it will be weird. Okay, I do this shot in May 2013 in Coma Tropical, as known as Bukit Tinggi Pahang, the French village. Yeah, this nice conference room is hidden underneath the basement. Yes, and then I discover it. So I use I use the bulb of the lighting of the flash without the flash to enhance the mood. Yes, the garment is from Hanif 9. Yes, this is I'm inspired by ballet, which the drapery studio curtains. It was done in 2013. Yes, with the drapery feel and the soft lighting, it creates a mysterious and sensual atmosphere. Actually, I wanted to use white cloth, but it was sold out. So I did quite some research on cloth thickness and weight versus light intensity. Yes, whether the lights can penetrate the cloth or not. And then I need it to sway, so it will have even more dramatic effect. For this shoot, I rented concert trusses, 4 lights from the top and 3 lights from the bottom interlaced. Yes, there's lights coming from the bottom. As you can see, the legs are not totally dark because they are lights. And then there was light from the top and bottom. Interlaced means that it's called interlaced, yes. In Malay, it's called selang-seli, and that is not parallel to each other. Okay, this is my Chinese New Year shoot for 2014. I was inspired by the movie In the Mood for Love. I used yellow lighting for the tone and balance it with blue lighting on the back. So the yellow lighting creates quite a vintage feel, and I balance it with blue because too yellow will look quite flat. So I use blue lighting on her back to balance a bit. Okay, the creative team decided to make some differences apart from to differentiate it from the movie itself. We don't want a totally movie-like shoot. We want a shoot which is originate from us ourselves. Yes, and then I asked the model to retain the emotionalness of loneliness from the movie. Means that she looked like that she is yearning for some for a lover, and then with an emotion which is quite quite long thinking they are missing somebody. Yes, this one I shot in the old China cafe in Central Market. The second on the second floor. I mean, first floor up one floor from the ground floor. So there's this old China cafe, which is the inside there's a lot of antiques and stuff. So I use a month to plan the location, plan this shoot. I searched for various locations. Yes, I did a lot of site surveying, and then until arrived here, I only found it the perfect spot for the 50s Hong Kong apartment feel. Yes, back in those days, the apartment was something like this. Yeah, I was lucky to have this model for the shoot. Her face is very oriental, very suitable for this look. Okay, this is one of my most daring shoots ever. I used 2 months to prepare. So this one, I bring the whole team to a snow theme park in Tasikmalaya, Indonesia. Yes, you can ask me why I did not go to the one in Genting. The rental is super expensive. I can't afford it. So I rented this place in Tasikmalaya. It is run by a Malaysian, and then he opened it in Indonesia. Yes, the title is Runaway Princess, and then it involves a lot of fur and very thick clothes. That place is negative 20 degrees Celsius. It is very cold. I found a model with the Asian phoenix eyes and have the feel of the princess. Before I go, I did a lot of research for the cameras and gears and equipments, so it will not freeze up in that kind of coldness of temperature. If not, then I will be going there for nothing. I did this shirt in 4 hours, as it is enough. Actually, I have 1 day, but I prefer it 4 hours. It's too cold for everybody to take it more than 4 hours. Okay, this is the other two shirts. Yes, this is quite an antique because now they ban the usage of fur, so this is like 30 years old fur back in those days. Okay, this is light painting, which I did for 2015 Chinese New Year. Yes, in contrast with now the famous and colorful light paintings done with the light sticks. Yes, nowadays people do it with light sticks. So back in 2015, there was no such thing. So I do it with 3 LED torchlights. Brought in, of course, our famous Jalan Petaling. This actually is quite an accident. Yeah, somebody called out the model and then she reacted. So in combined with my light painting, her face become a bit blur, but still sharp on the eyes, of course. So after a few months, yes, this shoot, I did it in 3 locations: Jalan Ipoh, the makeup artist's own house, and a temple in Rawang. Yes, the temple in Rawang is so nice. It looks like the Forbidden Palace in China. So I sneak in. Yes, I sneak in because it's partly under renovation. So I did not get the permission to do that. Monks sleep at 9 p.m. very early. So I bring the team and sneak it about 10:30 p.m. We shoot until 1 a.m. Yes, it's big, and of course we know about safety issues. So we find a non-renovating part and then we shoot there. Maybe I'm old school. I use an old style. Okay, this is the other two shoot in the other 2 places. The right side is in Jalan Ipoh, and then the left side is at the temple. Okay, this one I booked the old Istana Negara and I rented the whole place. This location is the Balerong Seri, the old one, which all the VIPs got their awards here, So I combine all the aspects of all the aspects of Malaysian speciality and put it into one picture. So this is Miss Malaysia wearing Datuk Zhang Toi's clothes with shooting inside the Istana Malaysia. With the clothes is made from songket. Yes. So I combine everything, all the aspects of Malaysia. All right, this is my 2016 Chinese New Year shoot. This is the first time I went fully Oriental. So this is did in the main ballroom of Bintang Palace, which is now abolished. Yes, this is the same model as the opera and the Mood for Love shoot. So the place is renovated to mimic old Shanghai Primary Club, the most famous club in the era. So when you go in, you will feel that you went back into Shanghai that time. So this clothes I borrowed from Bill Keith again. That time he just won the second place in China Qipao designing competition. Yes. This collection is to be sent to Beijing Museum for display. But before it went, I get to shoot first. Yes. So this is the main stage. The other parts is the ambient lights. So I just fill in the model's face with very little light and then balance up everything. So this shoot I do it at 7 p.m. and then ended up at 4 a.m. because it's club, they only open at that time. Okay, this is the other locations of the club. As you can see, it is very Shanghai, very, very Shanghai. Too bad now is not there anymore. All right. I did one approach to the biggest model agency in Malaysia. They agreed to let me do a test shoot, one of the top international model. Yes, she have an aura, and then the aura is really strong that the whole team can feel it. I go and borrow a China minority headgear for the crown and rose to insert that Western feel. So this is a combination of Chinese and East and West. So it looks balanced. All right, this shirt. I use ARRI movie lights. Those movie lights, blue and white movie lights with the bandor. So this is all done in continuous lighting. It's not with flash. This one I changed the feel into a ordinary girl and not the majestic or classy ones. All right, this one is my first shoot done in Singapore. I collaborate with one of Malaysia's top stylists, if not the top. We did this angel descending shoot as if the angel is descending from the cosmos or the heavens. So for this shoot, I tried a new ratio, the 3:4 ratio instead of the 2:3 ratio in 35 mm sensor. It is quite a more wider and more balanced ratio compared to the 2/3 ratio, and then it feels less narrow. I heave, yes, I heave. I took by hand all the equipments, 60 kilos from KL to Singapore, because some of the props are custom made and not available in the studio, so I need to do that. Coupled with the angle, makeup, costume and styling, you will feel her you will feel that she's really an angel. Okay, this is one of my 2 signature shoots. Back in 2007, I was invited to an exhibition in Sungai Buloh. It was printed in A0 size. Because of that size, I need to do a lot of preparation because any flaws will be really visible. I did this shoot back. This shoot is inspired by Buddhist murals in the Magao caves near the Dunhuang in the Silk Road. Yes, multiple cultures integrate and merge Chinese and Indian fields together. So the clothes are Indian feel. The platform underneath her feet is Indian feel, and then the halo behind is Indian feel. The accessories are Indian feel. The Chinese feel will be her face, the props that she's holding, and that's all. Yeah, I merge it both together. This model is very hard to find. Quite hard to have this feel. So I searched more than 50 models and then none of them can give me this kind of feel. So lately there was a trend of other Dunhuang themes which depicts Chinese fairy ladies with flowing robes holding a musical instrument. I want to stick to the original. Yes, image of the Bodhisattva and divine spiritual features. Okay, so this model is back from that time. This model is back from New York City to walk the KL Fashion Week 2017. So she's a full-time model in New York City. Her height and features is perfect for everything. So I contacted her agency and asked her to shoot. And the accessories are not local, it's directly from India, as the designer was in India the week before. So I'm lucky that he brought back some accessories for me. Okay, to make it real, I use a single very diffuse light source. Because in the cave, right, there's no 2 light sources, there's only light and dark. So one from the top to mimic the sunlight. My diffuser is 1.5 meter times 2 meter, 1.5 meter wide and 2 meter long. So I asked my friends to help me to hold it above her head, and then I will use one bare light down. I did not use diffuser, I mean softbox. I did not use a standard reflector. I use only the bulb because my light, the bulb is exposed, so it produces 180 degrees of light. So with all the lights reflecting around, it becomes very soft and very nice. And it creates a very cave-like style, which bright on the top and gradually darken down to the bottom. Okay, for post-processing, I desaturated the color, so it really looks like old painting, which the color fades all over the years. After a millennia or so, the colors won't be as bright and vibrant as new. So I really desaturate it. After desaturation, I put another layer of texture on it so I can mimic the wall of the cave, because it is originally a mural. A mural is drawn on the cave, is drawn on the wall of the rock. So I put texture to mimic it. For the bottom part, I use lotus stitch. I make the lotus stitch from plastic 3-foot diameter hawker table. Yes, I was thinking how to make the lotus stitch, and then when one day when I was eating at the hawker table, and then it came to me, why not I buy a table and then I remove the stands and then I put a wooden box and then I will ask the model to stand on it. I will go and buy a piece of cloth which have Indian features, and then I cover it with I cover the whole table and make it look like a stage. So when in post processing, I edited granite texture to mimic the rocky foundation. Yes. Anything? Let me check. Okay, this is what I do. So for the head, for the aura, I do another. I make I cut a round cloth and pin it on the background. Yes, to make it more realistic. Okay. Okay, this place was in Nirvana, Semenyih. It is a complete clone of a Chinese village which the Nirvana company made. I was reluctant at first because it is a graveyard. So, but after I viewed the place, I fall in love with it. It's so nice. Seriously, it's so nice. Going to China with the whole team is impossible. So I find a replacement, so-called replacement here in Malaysia, so I can recreate something that as if I am in China. Yes, of course, I did the necessary procedures before the shoot to avoid unnecessary complications in the shoot. Yes, this is this is necessary stuff. Yes. Yes, I recreate the style of one of China's most famous photographer. Usually, I don't follow other styles, but in these locations, his styles fit the best. So this location is the main hall, which, as you see the background, there's some spotlights. That is for exhibition and conferences. So the upper floors is for the ashes of the dead. Okay, I am very grateful to my friend. He's generous enough to lend me his prized possession, which is a dragon robe. Yes, this robe is worn by one of Qianlong's emperor's brothers, which is 2050 years ago. So I need to Photoshop it quite a lot, because after all these years, there will be some wear and tear. Even nobody is wearing it. 250 years, and yes, yes. Thanks to my friend. All right. Okay, so in 2020, I do this. Oops. In 2020, I do this shoot. It is Chinese opera. I do it again, and then I collaborated with one of the two oldest Chinese opera troupe in Malaysia, Maestro Elizabeth Choi Him Hyung. Yes, she's 86 this year, and then she's generous enough to hit my invitation. Yes, I'm very thankful to her. I choose this garment because of its flags and feathers. It stands up. It stands up and then it creates a very spreading volume into the photo. Using a ultra wide angle lens, 16 mm, the lens distortion even more enhance the spread. So the feathers, the flags and feathers looks longer and bigger than they really is. This is not professional model. I was shooting an advertisement, and then a friend of mine just found her in a shop. Yes, she have a natural sharp stare. Her stare is really sharp. And then I invited her to my personal shoot. And then with her look is perfect for strong characters like emperors or generals. Okay, I placed 3 lights on the floor to counter inverted triangle so it will not feel top heavy. Yes, do you see that it's an inverted triangle? Inverted triangle, and then I countered it with 3 LED lights to serve as a base to the triangle. I combine dry ice and smoke. Yes, there's dry ice and smoke. Dry ice colder, so it condenses. Smoke is lighter, so it come up. It floats up. It's not normal ones. This is a high power smoke machine. It's like 3 to 4 times more expensive than normal smoke machines. So like this, only I can create a foggy atmosphere. Combine both together. So dry ice is basically nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. So it's negative 70 degrees Celsius. So it will not fly up more than 1 feet from the ground. Yes. So anyone who wants to do dry ice, remember it will not rise up more than 1 feet from the ground. All right, this is the last slide. Okay, every model have their own aura. So how to make actor or actress stand out is her own special aura. And then out of the special, there's even more distinct ones. These specialties are usually transmitted from their eye. You look at their eyes and then you will feel the stare from their eyes, the connection. As I mentioned in previous slides, yes, I am lucky to meet her. So then I was captivated by her strong glare. And I asked her to do a shoot for me and then give me the strongest glare ever. Yes, that day she was very in tip-top condition. So she gave me the glare and then I was, wow, the glare is really, really strong. So I combined it with a specially designed artistic face paint by my makeup artist, Wendy, and then it pushes her feature and even more to produce a killing look. So the aura, the so-called aura around her is actually dry ice, which is poured out above her head. Yes, there's my friends who help me to pour down the smoke because it won't rise, it will only drop. So it will like water going down slowly around her. Yeah, in post-processing, I enlarge the light friction in her pupils, so it will look even more sharper. All right. Any questions?
Thanks, Louis. Let me check for you for the questions that we might have on the Facebook. Let me see. So far, I think your sharing is quite good and nobody asking anything yet. Okay. No, so far, no questions. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Hilda say your portfolio is beautiful. So, okay. So, Louis, do you have anything to add on?
Thank you everybody for your time. Actually, to add on, I have a look. And I will check whether I miss anything or not. Nope. Let me check.
Thank you very much, Louis. Your work is absolutely stunning.
Thank you, Hilda. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can see the level of passion in your work. It's beautiful.
Let me see. It should be like this. It
should be like this, yes.
I mean, it should. I mean, it should be all of it. Yeah, no more reservations from me.
Yes.
Yeah, this place is really very Shanghai look.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is the old.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
You are very welcome. Yeah.
Okay. So, Dave?
And we have seen a lot of great photos sharing by Mr. Louis. So really thank you to him for his sharing today at the PSPJ monthly meeting. And okay, I would like to share my screen. Louis, can you stop your sharing? Then I'll share mine.
Okay.
So I have a few things to share before our other guest speakers start the sharing. Let me see. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to share with everyone that today we have a tutorial by Mr. Louis J. Started from 2 p.m. And 3 p.m. we have a guest speaker, Miss Annis Ling. She'll talk about women in photography. So Annis, welcome.
Welcome,
Can you hear me?
Anise.
Hey, say hello to everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Anise.
Hello.
She's
Welcome.
okay. So
Nice to Louis. I a little like I watch it like halfway through. Yeah.
Laurie, you can watch the playback later.
Yes.
Yes.
You can watch it for 1,000 times.
It's very different from what I do, but I can see all the preparation, hard work, and planning goes to it. So it's very
Well,
good.
That's true.
everybody's different, you know, Anise. We have every walk of life in our committee, so no problem. So we welcome you because we've been looking forward, and I saw your work the other day. It was very lovely. It was lovely. So
Thanks
we
so
all
much.
have something to contribute. Yeah.
So Hilda, let me continue for a while.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry for
Yeah,
that.
no.
Okay. Okay. The next by 4 p.m. Our members, PSPJ members, Miss Jessie Ng will share about the Lotus Rhapsody. So she will share about the flowers, the lotus photos, and some concept behind it. And around 5 p.m. we'll introduce the Lions Club charity photo contest, and then we encourage members to join that. And that's it. So let me introduce a bit our lovely Miss Annis Ling.
Thank you.
So Miss Annis Ling is a visual artist, documentary and sport photographer, and is the first and only female photographer based in Malaysia, accredited for Olympic Winter Games. And she's also the Canon Malaysia EOS Youth ambassador, and also the co-founder of Women Photographers Malaysia, WPM. And she's doing a lot of visual document, the honest portraits of families, humanitarian interests, sports, and other commercial works. So we like to welcome her today to our PSPJ Monday meeting. So Annis, how you may start your sharing.
I can start by sharing. Okay.
Yes.
I'll just go ahead and share screen.
Okay.
Dave will help you.
Let me stop my sharing first. Okay, you may start yours.
Am I sharing now?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
We can see you. Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
Great. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'll just,
Hi.
is there a moderator? No, I'll just continue and speak and present as it goes. Is it?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can just continue.
We asked you questions at the end if we want to ask you any questions.
All right, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate the time. I think through times like that, the most valuable thing anyone can give to each other, it's time. So I really appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys need any breaks and stuff, or hopefully this afternoon we are in for a treat. So if you guys need anything, just go get some tea, make some coffee, get some snacks, come back to the screen. All right.
That's nice. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get my.
So yeah, as Debbie mentioned, and for his kind introduction, my name is Annis Lin. My surname is actually Teo, so it's like full name Annis, Teo, and Lin. But professional wise, I'll just go with Annis Lin. I'm a visual. So hold on, can I? Yeah. So yeah, I am a visual artist, documentary and sport photographer. I started photography when I was I think 5 years ago, 2015, and professionally went into the industry around 2017. So yeah, so it feels long, but it's kind of like a little bit going to 3-4 years, like that. So yeah, so it started with I'm a Canon EOS Youth ambassador. So what we really do is, so Canon ambassadors, they came up with this program, I think back in 2018. Their main motto is to cultivate the youth, to get more youth on board, to perhaps dive more into photography. So there's currently 6 of us. So I'm one of the 6. And fast forward this year, I got nominated and won the Women's of the Future Award in Southeast Asia under the category Arts and Culture for my work, which I will show you guys a little bit later. And for the recent recognition, which I'm so grateful for, with the establishment of Women's Photographers Malaysia, I was listed under Prestige 40 Under 40. So this year they have like all 40 lists. So it's like their annual list produced by Prestige. So it could be change makers, activists, people in the business industry, and so yeah. So I think basically when it comes to photography, especially today in today's topic about women's in photography is just to be clear and a little disclaimer out there. It was never meant to be who do it better, but it's more so like in the recent years, it has been noticeable that originally it is the opposite gender, more of a dominant industry. But it's quite nice to see that over the years, a few women and female, they started, I would say, started to have more representation over time. So which is great. I think this being started with more representation, it could be cultivating a new, like, open doors to more people. So because photography is a form of art and expression, so basically men and women, we're all welcome, right?
Right.
So yeah, like any other photographer, you know, the inspiration, like how does one get started in photography? Yeah. So I started photography. I started photography because because of my parents, actually, of the work they do. So both of my parents are directors and founders of Rumah Cherries, which is home for the old folks and children. And I always believe that how does one start photography? It's actually starting from somewhere close to you, in terms of, like, it could be starting from your family, because they are the only ones that willing to put up with you with your experimentation. So they are the only. So yeah, you don't have to kickstart with anything that you think that, oh, I have to have a good set of gears in order to pursue my passion. In actual fact, you can actually start from anyone and start from photographing your family, you know, because I think through that, you can actually start a conversation with your family. So for me, I think not just as a woman, as a person holding a camera, I like to connect with people. And I felt like growing up as an introvert, I don't really speak much per se, but I do believe that photography allowed me to be one step closer to my subject. So I started off volunteering, photographing in the old folks' home, get to talk to them, ask them how their days are, make them laugh, and sometimes just take a step back, have a distance, and wonder what are they thinking as well. So the great thing about this time is I get to connect with old folks, and I get to connect with children as well. So these are the children's, like, some of them may be orphans or from broken families that are in the children homes. So it gives you a lot of perspective and expression as well. Yeah. So over time, I myself, I have 2 baby sisters. That's quite a huge age gap there. So over time, when you look at it, you will see that how you improve as well. So this was, I believe this was in 2012, and this was last year, 2019. So you can see the distinct difference of 7 years, how far you have come. So I like to play with colors last time, which I think is pretty cool from my end, but maybe now looking back at it, it's like, oh no, maybe that's such a good idea. Yeah. So this is just to give yourself that always, you know, we are humans and we are working in progress. So this is a great way to actually, you know, maybe for some of you guys out there, you guys can start doing that. Get a photo when you first started photography. Then after that, you compare yourself and compare your work. I must say, see how far you have come. So like David said, for me in my work, I specialize in visual arts, family and weddings. I do for commercial or any commission works, yes. And after that, I dabble into humanitarian work as well, and finally sports. So before we journey to the next few slides, these are my gears, my to-go gears. So I have my, what you would say, a holy trinity gears, which is the Nifty 50, the 24105, as well as the 7200. So it gives me a good grasp of how can I go close to my subjects, or how can I be one step closer or feel connected with the people I want to photograph as well. So yeah, this photo was taken in one of the celebration. We were trying to experiment what to do with the confetti. So through this photo, I wanted to have a sense of like feeling joys and airy as well. So one thing's great about photography is like you can always experiment. There's no right or wrong. So for me, how I do when it comes to photography is I try my best to get to know more about the composition, how the manual works, how the aperture shutter priority works, the camera settings, study a camera in and out, read the manual, although nobody does it, but or maybe some of you did it, but every time you buy a camera, do read the manual. So the key code is try to get your technicality right and allow room for magic for the practical and artistry side. Yeah, and slowly from your personal family, my personal family, I would say, and to relative, to friends of friends. And this is, and I try to remember all their name. This is Uncle David and Auntie Jinping. They're a client of mine. So when it comes to this photo in particular, he was asking me that, oh, do you mind if you can replicate a Prince Charles and Princess Diana portraiture look? So I was like, all right, if you want to do that, why not? So because I think as photographer, we all have our own ideas, but I do believe that in time, it is a collaborative effort as to what your client wants as well. So sometimes I'll be like, you can work with me all the time. You can talk to me. You know, when I see certain things that needs to be done, I will pause you there. Or if not, you know, just continue to have fun and stuff. So yeah. And I think as photographer, though we have our own ideas, sometimes I try not to go in with a preconceived notion. It's because I feel like I need to get to know them, or I don't want to just walk in there, do my thing and step out. So yeah. And I feel like being a photographer, one thing is great that you always have a front row seat of what's happening around. So this was also is actually a good friend of mine for almost I think 15 years. So he wanted to surprise his fiance. So apparently now it's the ex-girlfriend, fiance, and wife now. Yeah, for a proposal. So at that time, your job is to try to frame everything right, and hopefully everything is in place, the exposure is everything right. So to capture the emotions, the excitement of everyone. And it's great that photography can also bring out, you know, photography is one thing that, let's say if you have a family shoot, it's great to bring everyone together as well, where they don't normally gather. Photography sometimes can draw emotion that make us sad, and sometimes as well, it can make us happy. So when it comes to, you know, dabbling into what you should shoot, like for me, this photo in particular was photographed on the first day of school in 2018. So I was there to send my sister on the first day of school. And slowly after that, on that day, upon leaving, I saw like, oh, there's this girl. And if you guys look closer, even though it's a picture of a girl, but the fingers here is her mom. So it kind of gives a sense of like, you're not, obviously she is looking at her mom, but you know that this photo is telling you that she'll be all right because the mom's it's like something, how I interpret it is her mom will say like, you know what, it's all right, I'll come back and get you later. And slowly from honest portrait, I start dabbling into humanitarian work, human interest, and political figure. So when it comes to photography, there's really no rule, like I say. And one thing about photography, it holds no boundary when it comes to human social status. Because with the same camera, you are able to document and raise the voices for either political figure or any datuk datin there is in the world. And in times, you can also photograph people that are perhaps voiceless, or the indigenous people that may need your help to raise their voice. So this is a trip. This is a trip last year during Merdeka Day that I went. I went with a group of Goodwill Initiative to go there to celebrate National Day with them. And it's nice that sometimes you can see that photography allows that based on humans, you can capture their personality. Like let's say I drive back to Tun An, you can see how cheeky he is. That's his side. And you can see this one is, his name is Jahai, and you can see he's equally cheeky too. And this one, obviously the whole kampung, they call her Nenek. Nenek, I mean, for some you guys out there, I'm sure Nenek is the form of grandma, and also I think a nice way to formally address with courtesy, calls a senior citizen as well. Yeah, and slowly from that on a daily basis, I dabble into street photography as well. So this was taken in 2018 in the Petaling streets. And this was taken in Batu Caves. So a lot of photos, they always, every photo has a backstory. So this backstory came about with, when you enter Batu Cave, after climbing up the stairs, there's like the whole skylight right in front of you. So I was thinking that until a girl was like, she was like kind of like pulling my shirt, asking for attention or something, I don't know. So I turned back and she ran back to her grandma. So this is where I actually squat down, because I always believe that to not feel intimidated, to not let other people feel intimidated, it's nice to just squat down and be at the same eye level as well. And this is how I get the shot of this little girl. And this photo, every photo tells a story. And this photo is so far is by far my favorite photo. That being said, it's because I was previously architecturally trained. I did a substantial amount of architecture practice. And with the love of photography and human interest, this entire photo solidified what I do to this day, which is with the mosque, the exits, the reflection, the Islamic features, and that. I think, and one thing about, as we are talking about women in photograph, so sometimes we do have certain access to certain places. Like let's say this was taken last year for the Kuala Lumpur Fashion Week. So I think this was backstage when the model was getting ready. And then when she's getting ready, I was trying to strike a conversation with her, although she was in her zen mood with her earpiece on. But the moment she looked up is where the shot was taken. This was also the backstage of Kuala Lumpur Fashion Week. And what's so interesting about this photo, and again, it's about access when it comes to women to women, we have that connections. And although there is men around there, but back in fashion, Fashion Week, everything is just chaotic. So for me, I actually squat down. I passed by this group of girls. I actually squat down and say that, in a really quick moment, speedy fashion, I just say that, can I take this shot? It's because I find it so interesting that this solidifies Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur Fashion Week, where all the helpers, the volunteers, and the designers, entourage, they are all wearing tudung because they are all Malays. And then the model is obviously she's from the Western countries, so it is really nice to see there's a mixed culture out there, but at the same time having all the same tones together. And sometimes photography, it lets you to certain things that is quite debatable. This was taken at 2018 Pyeongchang, the Ganong Ice Arena Stadium, where sometimes, the actions are all in front of you. But in times, I decided to take the leap of faith and turn back and see what's any crucial moments behind. So when I turn back, this is what I see. 2 generations looking, that time I believe it was a award ceremony given. And it's not a, yeah, it's an award ceremony, you know, where the athletes go on to the podiums. So there's this obviously there's this older generation lady, she's relishing all the moments in through her naked eyes, and then another generation, she decided to document everything through a phone. So you can see the distinct difference right there. There's no right and wrong on how you can relish a moment, but this is what I think is a key moment here. Yeah. And sometimes you may find yourself in different aspects as well. When it comes to photography, you may encounter people who has a certain living condition or health condition as well. And photography also allows you to be in time, whereas what we're saying in time is, which is the times of pandemic. So these are the photos I cover for a Hong Kong agency. When the city hall worker are investing the low cost flats, and also post investing, so you can see all the hard work right there. For me in particular, I took this shot is because of the Malaysia flat behind, and just so happened he was there. So for me, usually I would not try to like get the city hall worker to go all the way to the flat, because I would think that that's sort of like manipulating the truth or whatnot. But again, everybody have their own thoughts to it. So just so happened he was there. He took off his helmet and everything, and yeah. So when it comes to photography, this I would like to share with you guys. These are my latest project, which I share of PhotoJam a few days ago, which you guys can hop on there to watch as well for the full story. So for this, I'll just gladly glance through. The reason why I'm sharing with you this is because we were on the rim of humanitarian interest, right? And every photo, like I say, tell a story. And this in particular, during the pandemic, I felt like business like this are dying if their sons and daughter or any of the future generation would not take it over. So I do think that it is crucial to document occupational like this, or vendors, sole proprietors of old trades. So we have the Rattan uncle previous, and we have the biscuit uncle. So you guys can see like a few of your favorites right there, if you guys can find. I think this whole project started off to also draw more awareness for people to pay more attention and help these businesses instead of going to the mall. Because I think in times like this, everybody, we all need each other more than ever. So this is a limb in the Chinese medical shop, where there's goji berries, there's ginsengs and buttons. So we can selling buttons, things that I would say that is close going invisible. Like a polyester, this is the guy who does cushion conditioning or repairing. Then you have these manila cards at the back that they are drawing the templates for the cushions. So I'm saying that photography also allows you to learn more things as you go. And a coin collector. So in terms of getting into these kind of shots, it's more of like understanding, start a conversation with them first, and then start a conversation with them, and then know more about what they do over time. One thing I do think it's incredibly important to do this, to photograph, it's because you won't appreciate what is gone. You won't appreciate what you have until it's really gone. So for this in particular, this is in Guai Zai Hong in the Chi Chong Kai, which is Petaling Street right there. And this was actually taken last year in August 2019. And if you guys can see, this is actually what happened in October 2020. So obviously it got burned down, and sadly, I don't know what happened to the vendor in particular, but it also gives you the sense of like how crucial it is to photograph things that when they still exist. Yeah. So if you guys want to know more, I actually have the postcard available for sale. You guys can reach out to me either via Facebook or Instagram, which I'll share the contacts or the online outlet later on. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys would like to support, it's much appreciated, because from I think online I did not share the location, but if you buy the postcard, there's 15 short story, and there's location in every one of them. Because if you're able to be so generous to support me, chances are you will support these vendor as well. So yeah, you guys can just reach out to me either on my website and www.anislin.com or Instagram @anislin. All right. So is everybody okay? All right. Great.
Yes. No worry. It can.
No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody hang in there, and hopefully I can.
We are so we so concentrate on your sharing. So
I'll try to make it as lively as possible if everybody can. So yeah, moving on to sports. This is a more exciting thing, I would say. So we have made it to you guys have just journeyed with me as to how I started photography, which is obviously started from family and weddings. I am still doing family and weddings. So if any of you out there would like to do a family shoot, even though this year has been quite a roller coaster, but I do think that it's great to end the year, since everybody is at home, to have a family shoot. So if any of you guys are looking for family shoots or anything, you guys can just reach out to me as well. And yeah, after that, from family shoots, we dabble into photographing strangers and tackle society issue. And now it's sports, which is, I think, one of the main thing we're going to talk about. So why sports, you may ask? Because I used to be a national athlete myself. That's why sports came about. So throughout photographing humanitarian interests and family, along the way, you will never know that how life's going to take you. So that's how I accidentally swayed into sports photography. So for me, when I was young, obviously this is much more of a less resolution photo. It was taken 12 years ago. So I always fascinated by how an athlete performed, because all the hard work, but it was never captured well in the photo. So that's why I went into sports photography. And the reason being that in the meantime, I was very vocal about women's in photography. I think when I come back covering the Winter Olympic, and I found out that this is the Winter Olympic breakdown, which I would like to share with you guys. Under the photography section, which is EP, code EP. So a total of 667, a total of 744 photographers attended covering the Winter Olympics. But then there is 667 male and only 77 female. So yeah, 10%, 10.3%. So guys, why is that? Why is there a significant inequality and difference? It's not because I don't think that's based on opportunity, but I do think that there is a why there. So I think when it comes to why, we always have to know that how to. I don't think it's a problem to solve, but it's more that I do think that as a female photographer, we have to keep sharing of what we do, and perhaps to bring out more female photographers on as well. So this is me during my sports assignments. So obviously, one thing is great about Canon is because that they I think as a photographer, when you go to another country, they have their CPS, Canon Professional Service. So one thing I like about that is they are able to connect you to another region or another country. So you will have everything there to be safe as well with your gears, and you can obtain loan as well when you're there. So I like how that Canon as one of the primarily imaging brand with their support to journey with me as I go, and to provide the best tool and the best services and assurance for their photographers to get out and tell more stories. So these are the, so as we go, I would like to share with you a few sports photography photo that I snapped over the years. This was taken during a bobsled at Pyeongchang 2018, around February. So like I say, when it comes to photography, we always have to like, in terms of try to get the composition right, the appropriate lightings, and then let magic happens. So when it comes to sports photography, one of my favorite lens I love using, it was 70-200. So this is during Kuala Lumpur, the SEA Games in 2017. I was photographing Jessica, a Singaporean athlete. So one thing good about 70-200 is like it allows you to be close to the athlete, but at the same time remain a distance of respect, you know, not to interfere them while they are doing their warm-ups. And throughout my sports photography career, it was great that I'm able to connect with the local sport association as well to photograph the up and coming athletes. So whether it's to in a more grassroots manner as well. Hold on, yeah. So this was two pair of China athletes shot during the 4-continent championship in Korea. And throughout all this photo, it's really based on the experience I had. And one thing I would like to say that the perks of specializing in figure skating is because I myself as a figure skater. So it's about the moments of anticipation as well. Okay, hold on, yeah. Hold on. And one thing about sports photography, it's not always about I would say, you know, women in photograph, true female gaze it's not always about action. So sometimes it's about connection as well. This is Keegan Messing from Canada. So the moment after he finished his program, he just fumbled across the floor because, you know, it gives a sense of like he did it. So there is, this is one thing good about sports photography. You captured the moment in time. And when during the victorious moment as well. This is a Canadian athlete, so that's why hence I wanted to frame this nicely is because him looking at a crowd. And one thing is good about the other context of the photo is like, you know that everybody is wearing masks, so most likely is 2020, which indeed is 2020 in February. And then there's a Canadian flag right there. So he is looking directly to his supporter. This is taken in SEA Games 2017, where the moment the Malaysia speed skater, they finish going around the ice ring, and then this is where the athlete was hugging the officials. And this is Philippines 2019. The speed skater Anya Chong, when she she know that she wasn't able to obtain a gold medal. So after coming out, she wasn't really happy. And then here is where the coach giving her a pep talk, because knowing that at that point she has another competition, so she could not back down or let emotion takes over to her at that point. So one thing about sports photography as well, aside from emotion I was showing you guys earlier, is about documenting what has happened there. You know, there's a lot of chaos during that time, people coming in and out of the rink. There's just so much going on with athletes. Some athlete on the right side, they are prepping. And then for this is where I noticed she wasn't doing well at all. So it's not just photographing her performance on ice when everybody is watching, but also when she comes in knowing that she failed. And then there are times also, like when this is Alex from Canada. She's I think she was doing luge. So I believe the country, I'm not sure, they won silver or bronze, which anyhow they will still be on the podium. And where this is when her husband running across from the spectator, and this is that moment. And it just lasted for 1.5 seconds. That's it. And this is captured during the Pyeongchang, where the Germany team got gold and the China team was placed second. And obviously they are not happy. She's not happy about it, because during the long program, I believe she fell. So she felt like she brought her teammate down. So there is a lot of stories as to, like, not just action shot, but it's about all the thought process that goes into one photo. This is the field hockey in Bukit Jalil last year. Yeah. So everybody's good out there, right? Okay. So I hope you guys are still hanging in there. So when it comes to photography, also sports photography, or for me, I tend to, before going into action, I always like to know what's going on or what's the current situation. So from here, this is obviously, you can see in the photo, is a Japan athlete. He is taking his position, and you know it's a Japan athlete, because from there I knew it was a Japan athlete because of their placing. But for you guys as the audience, you guys would know because of the flats. And also it was such a critical time that nobody is social distancing. It was just at the start of the pandemic. And the supporters are wearing masks. So it also solidifies that when is it? Because I think on a previous year, no, you will never see a crowd wearing masks, or maybe perhaps in the future we will not know. And then when it comes to sports photography, here's where all the actions comes in. And for me, sometimes as a photographer, we need to study as well, like as per athlete from which country, what are their strengths as well. So this is a Singaporean speed skater I shot earlier in January. So in times, when it comes to sports photography, it's not just about action shot, but we can sometimes play a bit of motions, which is you do the panning method as well. Stop. Yeah. So during my work as well, managed to, my main client last year was photographing Anya. She's one of the client. And then, end up, it was quite funny that when it comes to photography, as your subject grow as a person, you grow as well as a photographer. So at that time, this was taken last year in the Philippines 2019, the SEA Games. So for her, it's like, I feel like this really solidified her strengths before going into the competition, because obviously Malaysia is right there. I want to project that she represent Malaysia, and Malaysia has a back. Then after this year, I think earlier this year, she was named Forbes 30 under 30 in Asia. So it's where it was quite nice to see that Forbes have my photo up as well. So this is squash. Just to let you guys know, my camera is okay. It did not break. It was shot through a glass. And in times when it comes to photography, as a female, through a female gaze, it's important as well to find certain social issues, such as one of the most humble experience this year is to get to photograph Nor Fionic Diana. She's the world's first hijab wrestler. So when it comes to a female wearing hijab, that obviously caused a stir of controversy right there because of all the skin tight outfits when it comes to wrestling, as well as the human contact when it comes to wrestling. So it was quite sad that in her community, not many people, a lot of people oppose as to what she does. But I do think that as a photographer, we have to develop a sense of a non-biased mood as well. So our job is to be there and to tell her story. So this was taken during her practice with her peers. Yeah, during while they are wrestling. And like I said earlier, is where you get the technicals right. For me, this time I wanted to challenge my skill set during the SEA Games in Philippines. So I decided to do the multiple exposure mode, and hopefully to be sturdy as well when it comes to fencing. So it's always a learning, an ongoing learning adventure when it comes to sports photography as well. And then as we journey on, it's funny and actually it's sort of like an uphill battle as well for photographing winter sports, especially coming from Malaysia, a tropical country like Malaysia. But that's where I'm from. Everybody has a different story of where they come from or where they came about. So for me, I started off photographing figure skating and speed skating and ice hockey as well, and slowly transcend into more summer sports. So it's also, as a person, you need to be open and welcome for any hurdles along the way, or to try new things as well. So this, I really like this particular shot because it's where one of their protective gum teeth came out. So that was really interesting, and the intensity of the face. And then in recent, trying out the latest EOS R6 and R5 as well, which again, as a Canon ambassador, we are very blessed to be able to access with the latest gear as well, but to enable us to push forward and do better. So the latest one was photographing equestrian. So this was it was my first time photographing or coming across equestrian as well. This was around 7:20 when I parked my car, and this is one of the first few 5 shots I took as I was running, I was coming down from the car, and I ran across because I heard the kind of like the tippy-toppy sound from the horse, and I know that the morning sunlight is there. So this is something that I actually put everything down and ran towards to get this shot. And sometimes it was quite funny and silly that knowing that as a photographer, you would do anything to go forward to just put everything down to just get a shot. Yeah. So this shot in particular, it was captured on the R6 and 600 millimeter. You may ask why 600 millimeter with the f11. It's because that time I only have the 70-200s, and then I did not manage to get a 100-500. So a 600 millimeter was presented to me. So I take it as a challenge, which another sense to tell you guys that just use whatever is available around you at that time. Yeah. So it turned out quite well. So this is the zoom in, the clarity, everything is there. Yeah. So it doesn't, like I say, as a sports photographer, not everything has to be in action. And sometimes you can capture the beauty of the horses or the relationship and connection between the athlete and their horses. So this one, it feels like it's one entity where the rider and horses together. Yeah. So yes, this is over the years. You know, like I say, I hope you guys have a good takeaway sharing so far, and I hope some of you are still there. You know, this do take a lot of years, you know, when it comes. So this is basically a chart of how I started in 2015, and this is the improvement I see as I go. And there's still a lot of work to be going, but I'm still trying my best as we go along. Yeah. Yeah, and this is obviously just a summary of what the works I've done so far. And I feel very blessed and privileged to be able to do so as well. So when it comes to women's photography during the time of 2020, I think at the peak of the pandemic, everybody was staying at home, is where obviously for photographer, I think for any creative photographer, musician, the industry was hit pretty hard. And I would say that I'm it's no exception. I myself got struck pretty hard as well. But it's also a time where you kind of think that, do you either see this as a place of fear, or do you see this time as a chance of more opportunities for more possibility? So at the end of March, I think the second week of the MCO, me and a few female peers of mine, we decided to establish this called WPM, Women's Photographers Malaysia, because we feel that it is quite crucial to have a collective hub. You know, some people might say it's an association hub, but we just want to provide a safe space for any women. So it could be any women in all ages, basically, and it doesn't matter you're a beginner, you're an amateur, you're a hobbyist, you are welcome to join us. And we, for WPM, is either you could be obviously a Malaysian, reside in Malaysia, or you can be a Malaysian abroad. Yes, let's say you live in UK, and we hope that this will provide you a sense of home as well. Or you can be an expat, but you reside in Malaysia. So you can be a foreigner, but you call Malaysia home. You are free to join us. And one thing, we're also open to non-binaries, meaning that individual who as long as you identify yourself as female, you are more than welcome to join us, because the whole thing is we wanted you guys to feel safe. Yeah, and this whole thing came about is where a few of my peers, like for me, I am a youth ambassador of Canon, and another few of my co-founder, which I will show you guys later, is that they're ambassador of other primarily imaging brand. So, you know, with power, I wouldn't say with power, but with such great opportunity working with different various primarily imaging brand, we also come together and see that, hey, how can we, you know, united, you know, put brands aside or anything, how can we do something with it as well? So obviously, Women's Photographer Malaysia, it's a community of empowered women who break barriers, where we hope that as all of us gather, ideas can be nurtured, support can be given in pursuit of everyone's passion through storytelling. So it could be filmmakers as well, videographers as well. So through this, we will be, we have like a groups. I think I can show you right here. Yeah. So this is our Instagram account. We are start because we are trying to utilize any resources online that we can get our hands off. So during this pandemic, it's really like make do what you can. And yeah, through the link, you can see what you can know more about what we are about, our Instagram, and we have like whenever there's live sessions, we will link it here. We have a Facebook group as well. It's just Women's Photographer Malaysia. And we have, for any ladies out there who you'd like to join, we have a group called WPM Community, and it's just strictly for women's or individual identified themselves as women. So it's just overall in that group, in this private group, whatever stays there, stays there. They can complain if they want. They can sell their gears. They can ask any questions. How do you price? How do you price guide? Anything. So yeah, or any future exhibition we have. So yeah, if any of you ladies out there do join us, or any ladies of you in Pspj, because obviously Pspj is great that everybody comes with with the common interest and love for photography. But if you are a female and you need a community, or your fellow, we call ourselves fellow shutter sister. Let's say if you want to know more, just reach out. So over this time we have workshops, and we make a point to like workshops and what else, photo walk are open to both men and women. So yeah, currently we are in a team of 4. So if we have me, we have my co-founder Aisha, Suen, and Carmen. So if you see all of us, we are affiliated and linked to other primarily in imaging brand, which is great as well, and our respective brands. So they are very supportive to in terms of women empowerment. Yep. So yes, this is our Instagram, and this is how we are now. So I think obviously a lot of things change. So yes, from our Instagram, we do feature women across Malaysia, their work, if you see anything nice. And we also we give platforms to other women photographers for sharing. For example, this is a collab with Gum, our international collaboration in Hong Kong. So sometimes we'll nominate our members as well that we may think is very promising. Yeah. So we'll celebrate everybody's success as well. Yeah. So at the start of it, WPM, we have our initiative. So everything up to June, we run everything remotely, because even some of the team have not actually face-to-face know each other. So yeah, during the pandemic, we have like WPM MCO challenge, where this one is by Lydia Hall. She did a pretty good job with this. And this is by the Canon ambassador Grace Dunn, when she photographed multiple photos of her kids and then overlay it. We have like self-portraits and some home playing with lighting as well. There's a toaster, and then this is by Aisha, and this is her husband in the background. So it's interesting to see that what is everybody doing creatively at home, and we want to encourage that. And also one of the things that, even though we are trying to be as inclusive as possible when it comes to workshop and photo walk, is open to both men and women, but we do have something special that we keep close to our heart in Women's Photographer Malaysia, is Afternoon Tea by WPM. Is where a link will be sent out only for women, only for women. And through this, it's more like a roundtable sharing session. Like, let's say when you're doing work, you got harassed by certain person or certain things. So you are more than ever free to share out. Or some college ladies, they wanted to share, they wanted to ask like, oh, how do you actually shoot invoice? Or like let's say they second shoot, or they assist other senior photographers. But senior photographers, some of them they came across, unfortunately did not pay them. So I was like, so some of the photographers in the conversation, more experienced, they were like, perhaps you should shoot an invoice, or let them sign a contract. So some of the ladies like, I don't know how to have a proper invoice. Do you have a template? So there we can share a simple template to help each other out. So WPM is currently, I think now it's already 8 months. We are 8 months old. Yep, we have 8 minutes there. Okay, I'll try to get through this quick. So guys, bear with me. So currently we are 8 months old, and this is so far what we have been doing. We have sharing sessions. We're very grateful to be like a very regular contributor, content contributor and sharer on PhotoJam. We are very grateful for Jessica as well to be invited to participate in KLPF, which is Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. and to constantly give an update to everyone as well, to recruit people and to just be part of us, because we're pretty a fun bunch, I would say. So we have our events, tea time. And tomorrow we actually have a sharing session at 8 p.m. or was it 8:30, on either 8:30 or 8 p.m. on Photo Jam, where we'll walk you through a virtual exhibition. So we obviously, as we go, we just make do what we have. And I hope you guys, the audience as well, don't be discouraged during this pandemic that, oh, I'm creatively challenged. Just make do what you have, adapt what you have, and you will come out stronger. So during this time, we have during these 8 months, we have collaboration as well. We collaborate with KL 2020 in September. And this is all the exhibitor. And there's 20 of us, and we are very happy that like just now, not as like the Olympics, we have like 744 photographers, 667 are male. But this time, when it comes to exhibition, we're very proud that 20 photographers were shortlisted, end up 18 photographers are exhibiting, and nine out of 18 are females. So these are the things that we look forward to, just being equal. There's no saying that the men's are better, the females are better, but it's just to have a certain respect and to be equal. So for Women's Photographer Malaysia, we are very happy that there's a total of 9 female creative exhibiting in this exhibition. So there it is. And there's me right there. These are the exhibitions you can see. And for me, I was exhibiting the faces of the heartland. And in terms of making connections, connecting with my subject, I decided to invite my subject as well, Uncle YK, the optometrist. So this is him. And yeah, so in terms of activities, when it comes to why is it so important, like even as for you guys in the association, why is it so important for activities such as this, to meet like-minded people, to bring everybody together in the name of photography? So for us, this is our very first event. So we established in 1st of April, and 5 months later, this is our first event. So we work with local LOKL coffee. So we have photo walks. Then after the photo walk, we'll gather at coffee shops, and coffee shops, we will partner with them. Perhaps that they can give us free drinks. So this is us during the photo walk. So in future, we are planning to have more photo walks. You guys feel free to join us. And yes, drinks are on us as we go. And this is how we make friends as well. Everybody comes in with, we do like a photo walk in Petaling Street. And then this is like asking everybody to show their favorite photo. And then we just take a photo out of it. Yeah. There's men and women, and everybody looks really great and very happy, and get to meet new friends as well. And then we have this one, it's called, we finally take from virtual, we take it physically, which is WPM. Yeah, the afternoon tea. So this is only for women, where we come to share our most lowest and highest as well, to just empower each other, and we make everybody wear white. So all of us are photographers, whether shooting nature, family, amateur. So you don't have to be a pro to join us. You can just join us anytime as you wish, and just reach out to any ladies for guidance as well. So it could be either an amateur, just join us. And then we have workshops as well, like when it comes to branding and photo. So workshop, we'll have one of the WPM community, Grace Tan, to teach us as well. So this is like the comparison of, here is the actual one, and here is the actual one. Yeah. Our collaborations, and then exhibitions. We have one exhibition next year. We are still in the planning. So these are the things we do, showing you guys so far. It's an all women's exhibition. This is our first virtual exhibition with KLPF. So yeah, this is the whole idea about WPM, is to really cultivate the female photographers in Malaysia, and to hopefully work with other countries as well. If let's say in the future they have women's photographer Singapore, women's photographer Thailand, that would be great. Yeah. So that's pretty much us. It's 8 months of labor of love. So yeah. So if you guys have any question, you can just throw it in. If not, you guys can just either message Davy or Hilda, and they can send it to me. I can revert it back. So yeah, I guess yeah, that's the end of it. So if you guys want to get connected, I feel like very chong, but
no,
if you
no, no, not really. We just suddenly feel why it's already reached the end for your sharing.
yeah. So yeah, 2 more minutes. So yeah,
I think a lot of people still expect you share more for this.
yeah, if you guys, I will share more on Canon this month. I have three more sharing with Canon. So just keep a lookout on Canon Malaysia Facebook group.
Yeah,
I'll be sharing solely on women in sports photography. I forgot when, but yeah.
well, please send the information to us so we can share it out.
Yeah, I think I will share it. When is it? I'll share it on the 13th, next week, next Sunday.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be sharing solely on sports photography next week. So yeah, this is just a scratch on the surface. So yeah.
see.
Yeah, that's the end. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Okay, thank you, Alice, for your sharing today. So let me check before you leave the room. Let me check with any question from the audience on the Facebook. Let me see. All right. No question for today.
No worries.
Yes.
Any question?
Yes, I wrote a comment.
All right. Okay, from Hilda.
Yes, I wrote a comment to Anise.
You can say it directly to me.
Okay.
You can give the love to me.
Well, I just want to say that I feel that your photographs really exhibit a great deal of passion, and I feel that the stories are certainly quite transparent. They're beautifully done, Anise, and I want to thank you personally for coming. I can see a lot of hard work was put into this presentation, so
thank you.
Thank you very much. It was really an eye-opener, and every day we learn something from somebody else by sharing our photography, and I thank you very much, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for your time, and thanks to Kiat Sing Kwa.
Yes.
Yeah, he mentioned that you opened my eyes and my heart. Thank you. I was like, yeah, that's very sweet. Thank you so much.
Yes, it is. It's very sweet. Yes, and it's true. Good.
Yeah, and thanks, Hilda. I just read your lovely messages. Oh, it was in the Zoom message. Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right. All right. We'll see you again.
All right, sure.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Anise.
Signing out. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Coming up next, we have. Let me share my screen. Coming up next, we have. Okay, we have Miss Jessie Ng, who will be doing the sharing today about Lotus Rhapsody. So she's a full-time music teacher, and she started photography in year 2015. So in the past 2 years, she's really into the love of photographing lotus flowers, and she's prefer in the art form of photography, and she loves traveling, she loves baking and food. Okay, I love the food as well. Everyone love the food, and he's a writer for Public Bank Mutual Funds, Gold Funds magazine, travel blog, and She's also features on the online photogenic channels, Fun Travel Magazine and TLPF 2020. So without further ado, let's welcome Miss Jessie Ng. Jessie Ng?
Hi,
Jessie, can you hear? Okay.
can you hear me?
Hand. Yes.
Okay.
Let me check. Yeah, everyone can see you now. Okay. Okay. Hi, Jessie. So,
Hello.
okay, you may share your screen.
Okay. Give me a few minutes. 可以看到吗？要可以看到你的，可以看到吗？要看 On, yeah. All right. Hi, Davy. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. So I can
Yeah.
start now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, evening. Very good evening to all my friends with me and with all in Pspj this evening. First of all, I would like to really thank to Pspj, one of the most active photography in Malaysia. Thanks for giving me this great opportunity and such a great platform to share my work this wonderful evening. Now, all the while, I love traveling. So from that time, it cultivate my hobby of shooting. Sometimes I look at the landscape picture, why friend's picture is so beautiful and my one is so lousy. So I start pick up photography from there. All right. Before I start my topic for today, Lotus Rhapsody, I would like to share some of my work that I capture, I take for within last few years with different genre.
Okay, let's start.
Okay. A quick one, I just run through. Everyone is more familiar with this place. Everyone is familiar with this place. All right. This is local. In Malacca. I took this picture in Gulmarg, Kashmir. Okay, the top of the hill, and I'm quite lucky that day I managed to see a whole stretch of Himalaya because the weather is a sunny day. Although it's in winter, but we are lucky enough to go to the top and manage to see these Himalayas. These photos taken in Turkey is called Lake Tuz in Turkey. And I also try to learn to shoot some sports photography. This is in Taksim Square from Turkey also. Last 2 years, I think last 2-3 years, I learned to shoot some backstage Chinese opera or some Teochew opera. Learn from my sifu, William Che, and also Fuji ambassadors, Thomas Poon. Thank you, William Che and Thomas Poon, for your guidance. This is a charcoal factory in Kuala Sepetang. Okay, it's in my hometown near Taiping. This is my very first time to shoot this charcoal factory. No doubt it's so familiar to me since childhood time, since young time. I'm always visited my grandma in Kuala Sepetang. But this is very first time and I managed to have a very good lighting. I also try to learn to shoot. I love these long exposures photography. Yeah. Thank you to William Che and Thomas as well. This is the IR shooting. Thanks to Reef, he really have been teaching me how to edit this photo because it's not easy to edit an IR photo. So thank you, Reef. Thank you to brother Chaitasan also for his camera, for his IR camera. Some stage shoot.
Wait, Jesse, a quick question. Where is this stage?
Oh, this
This
is I think it's a workshop organized by the Fuji. One of the workshop. If not mistaken, this is in, I can't remember, it's in DPEC. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's a stage. And the title of this play, I really can't recall. I have to check it back.
Okay, no worry. I just curious.
Yeah. Unbeatable, also one of the stage shooting. Thank you, Phillips. Okay, a very first attempt to shoot betta fish. I try also macro shooting with all these diffuser, but I don't think now I can really focus because my eyesight is not that good, you see. It's, you really have to focus and not easy also. I have long-sighted, I have short-sighted and all this. So now I'm more focused on shooting birds and lotus. Thank you, Reef, for all the guidance for shooting this macro. This portrait was taken in Turkey, if not, yeah, it's taken in Turkey. Somewhere near Cotton Castle. This was shooting in India. At that time, it happens that in one of the castle, there's a team from China. So very beautiful model from China. This is in Bank Nagara. Okay, this picture was taken in Kashmir. It's in Kashmir, the boat house and the boatman. Okay, the Shinkara man. So thanks to this affirmation,
It's quite pretty.
oh, thank you. And try to shoot some food photography during the MCO time.
Oh, now I'm feeling want to eat something.
And this I bake it by my own.
Wow. Okay. Now I know it.
Okay, I always ask my son or my daughter, okay, I need your hand, please.
Jesus, where the hell is it?
I love food, so I think I enjoy shooting food as well.
So today, are you sharing your recipe as well?
Oh, later. Anytime, anytime. Thank you to my friends. He has all these tattoo. He's a cat lover. So he loves cats so much. Okay. Adam, thanks. Great photographer as well. Very artistic. This is from Venice, and I transform it to like picture light photo. And this is in one of the art exhibitions. But after PS, I try to change the mode to. This is my very first try to change to edit a picture in such a bit darker mode and a bit creepy mode. Thank you to Skylum. I love pictures, and although I don't know how to draw, I don't know drawing at all, but I always love to see some pictures or some art piece in exhibition. That's come to the idea that I editing this picture. And I miss winter time. So if not mistaken, this black swan, these two black swans, I took it, the photo is from Putrajaya, and I just changed the background.
This is a new way of creation.
Thank you. And this is the Kashmir's boat house. And recently, I was really shooting bird a lot and lotus, these two things together. So thanks to my sifu, Eric Chong, and my group, Modin as well, Modin Wong, Chai Tasang, Chulong Sui, all my dear friends.
Oh, Jessie,
Yes.
sounds like you really have a lot of seafoods and fellows of photographers.
No, it's all my good friends. So they really guides me a lot, and I'm really lucky to
Yeah,
have.
they are really good, very talented photographers.
Yes. This picture, this photo, I really want to thank Wong Sifu, because we have been waiting. I've been shooting and waiting this bird for, I think, not mistaken, it's about 4 days. It's in his backyard garden. So I just, sometime when I free, I just go, and he's so welcome, and he really have such nice garden. So every time have this bird, have that bird, have so many birds and insects. So this is the 4th visit, if not mistaken, when I get this shoot. This is in Fraser Hill. I consider this is a very lucky pick. Sometime when I'm shooting lotus, that it happens that the birds was resting on the lotus there. Thank you for YLgraphy for these affirmations. And these photos also, Fujifilm Malaysia also. Thanks to Michael Anderson for this acknowledgement. Yeah. Okay, for the second half, I will start today's topic, Lotus Rhapsody. First of all, I would like to thank my Lotus Sifu, Eric Cheong, Zhang Guoyao, 老师傅, Eric Cheong Sifu. He's really a great master in photography. I really respect him, and he contributes his whole life in the photography line. One of the pioneer photographer in Malaysia. Okay, today's sharing, I will touch on, I will share about some of the techniques that shooting photos and some different styles and approach after post-processing, and how when you edit art form, Chinese art form, ink painting lotus, what you should take notes, yeah? First of all, sure all of you will ask where to shoot. There are white lotus and red lotus or pink lotus. Okay, if in KL there are few locations that we can, depends on the season. First is Taman Wawasan Puchong. This is very famous place, and lotus for all the while also, I believe is very popular topics and very popular theme that everyone love to shoot. So Taman Wawasan is white lotus. Okay, now because it's CMCO, so most of us will stay at home. And another place that hardly people will know is KL Lake Garden, also white lotus. But for myself, personally, I more prefer to go for Taman Wawasan because the environment is more beautiful and wider also. Taman Tasik Cyberjaya, okay. Now, this is Taman Ara Damansara. Also, a sea of lotus, a big lotus pond. This is Taman Tasik Cyberjaya. Every single place, the lotus, the species is a bit different. It will different from like in Taman Tasik Cyberjaya, the lotus here is a bit, the flower is smaller, but you can see the surface of the lake. So the background will be nicer and cleaner. Whereas if you want to look for a bigger lotus flower, you might go to Xiao En Yuan. Okay, now what is the actual time or good time to shoot lotus? Normally we will go in the morning, 7 o'clock, 7 to 10, around this 7 to 10. And if we countries that have a 4 seasons, the lotus will bloom in summer. So if you shoot the lotus flower in the morning time, you will get a softer lighting, and the lotus will looks more glowing, more gentle. Of course, evening evening, I still remember got one time that Saturday I'm busy teaching morning time, so everyone is going for lotus shooting. Then I say I will shoot after my teaching. There will be evening time. So when the time I reach Taman Wawasan, the flowers have withered. So from there I realized that evening is not a good time. So unless you want to create some warm color temperature or maybe some kind of mood like you want to PS the wither lotus. So you can choose to shoot this hour. Okay, this is the example of like you shooting in the morning. You really can see the lighting is very beautiful. It's very soft. It's not a harsh light. Okay, the lens and equipment we need to use, I would suggest a telephoto lens or with large aperture. Of course, if you don't have this telephoto lens, you can shoot the nearer lotus in the pond. You can choose a nearer one, not really a far one. So with the large aperture or big aperture, the lotus, the picture will turn out, the background will look nicer. When the background is a bit blurry and creamy, then the subject of the lotus flower, you will highlight it. And it's advisable to use tripod. But for myself, sometimes I would like to move around easily. So I'm quite lazy. Frankly speaking, I'm quite lazy to use tripod. But it's advisable to use tripod, especially when you want to shoot the double exposure. Okay, and a mirror lens, or we call it donut lens, right, Davy? Yesterday you taught me donut lens. Okay, so it will give the effect of the ball effect, the bubbles effect. And of course, we can use macro lens as well. When you feel like shooting, you can shoot macro lens. You can have a better like the petal veins, the texture, or maybe the insect with the flowers for the close one, for the closest lotus flower. Okay, I would like to share some of the lens, mirror lens that I tried before. Minolta, okay, Minolta Rocco, thank you. Choi Kwan, my dear lotus sister. And Rubina, thank you. Modine, Tamron, Kontari from Brother Chai, and Samyang from Thomas Poon, thank you.
Jessie,
Yes.
quick question.
Yes.
Can you, yeah, for the lens, okay. All these lens you have tried, so personally, for yourself, which one you
personally, for me, like I've compared the Kontari and the Samyang. It's quite similar for both these lens because I'm trying side by side. That time I still remember I'm trying side by side. I'm using the Samyang and Brother Chai is using the Kontari, his own lens. So I remember the effect is very close. It's very similar. And the great different one is a Rubina. If I can remember, not mistaken, the Rubina will give a very blurry and a very creamy, especially come to these bubbles.
Oh, okay.
And yes, Minolta, this photo I shoot with Minolta. Minolta is from Choi Guan. She also using the Fuji. So this is a Minolta lens.
So which one you prefer if you want to
I
get
think
one?
I prefer Minolta, but it's very expensive Minolta. I can't afford it.
No worry, sooner or later you'll get one.
Samyang, it's about 2,000 plus now.
Oh, okay.
This also shoot with Minolta. And not mistaken, Minolta is not easy to get now.
It's a limited.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, come to composition. Like when I started learn to shoot lotus flower, I still remember when I'm at the pond there, I reached the pond there. So my sifu, Eric and Danny Koch as well, master of lotus flower, he said, you don't hurry to click. Okay, don't hurry to click your shutter or whatever. Just stay at the pond side and observe and choose one of the flower that lotus flower that you think is beautiful, and no hurry to start shooting. You have to feel the whole environment first. That I really learned from them. And the very beginning, the first day I shoot, I still remember that when Danny Koch master shoot one flower and he showed me, okay, now you go shoot exactly like me, this angle. I'm shooting from this angle, so you also go and squat down and shoot from this angle. Then I shoot already, I go and show him. From there, I slowly learn. And from Eric, my great sifu also, he really guide me a lot for all kind of shooting, all kind of way of shooting lotus. Okay, thank you so much, my great sifu, Eric Chung. So when we started to shoot lotus flower, try to pick a very simple, maybe one lotus flowers that you feel is beautiful, and not the whole many lotus. And try to shoot at different angles, yeah? Right, left, top, bottom. Okay, so we just pick out a simple theme and just highlighting the subject. To me, to shoot a single lotus definitely is much easier than you shoot many lotus and a big, what we call that, this big composition of lotus, right? It's not easy to have a great composition when you're shooting not only one lotus. That's my experience. I'm still learning also. This is from Cyberjaya. After rain is also a good time to shoot lotus flower. To me, this is bonus. The bird is resting on the flower. Not only the flowers, the lotus flowers can be a theme. Sometimes the rotten leaves, okay, the withered flowers also, we can take it as a subject. Another method and another technique is reflection, especially when there's a clean and there's a clear surface of like the lake surface in Cyberjaya. So you will have a reflection and there's a real and a VS abstract. This will create some atmosphere, yeah? This is double exposure. I hardly shoot double exposure for lotus, but I'm learning also, I'm trying also. I still try to get a better one. This is very first try, so not a very good one. I'm still learning of this because it's not easy to have a good composition when you come to double exposure for shooting lotus flower. And black and white, okay. For black and white, normally we will convert the white lotus. For myself, personally, I prefer, I like white lotus too, but I more prefer pink lotus because white lotus, yeah, you can convert it to black and white, but for pink lotus, I can do more creativity pictures during the PS time. This one, I try to change the colors. The colors always, I love colors and I love to play around with colors. It always gives me a different mood and feelings as well. Okay, this is original photos, and after I do some post processing, it comes to this. Okay. All right, this is the colors one with the color, and I feel, I don't know whether my friends love which one, but for myself, I feel that with this, with the lotus, I feel it's better. I turn it to this way. I mean, this color, and it gives more mood to this lotus. What do you think, Davy?
Personally, I love right hand side, the
Okay, yeah.
the monochrome editing.
Okay, and a smoke effect also one of the effect that while shooting lotus, of course, is you can PS it. You can PS it. For me, I prefer to PS it because if let's say you on the spot you put all this smoke, it's not good to the environment. And another thing, when you have to depends on the wind, the blowing direction. So sometimes you're waiting there, but when the wind is blowing, the right direction is different. So you're not actually should get what you want to shoot. These two are all smoke effect lotus. I try to edit it into some art form picture or drawing with some sketch of the line, the shade. And this is like all painting like. This picture, it gives some sense of movement, and I really like to thank Sikiman, my sifu from Hong Kong. He's a great lotus master. Okay, and I get I get a lot of ideas and great inspiration from his photos. Thank you, Master Sikiman. And this effect, the idea come from Sifu Eric Cheong. Okay, I still remember that time he said, okay, Jessie, you just hold your camera and we will get something different. So he just tapped on my shoulder. Then it comes out with this picture. Okay, art form lotus flower is more emphasis on the artistic conception, okay, or creative mood. For me, I feel that as long you feel like you want to try something creative and you just experiment it and just explore it briefly. Not so many rules, okay, as long what you imagine in your mind and you want to portray it, so you just do it and try it out. Artistic conception. Okay, artistic conception, this is some explanation from this author, Du Xiaochong, in his book 美人符. And this is the Chinese version. Okay, this is the original picture, and I can't remember. This is something like color paint. Yeah, color paint formed. So you feel like have a different feel?
Yes. I feel like it's like the watercolor painting.
Yes, some sort like watercolor painting with some ink at the background.
Did you draw the background and put it in to merge it into the original pictures?
Yeah, this is all using the brush, different number of the brush. I can't remember, if not mistaken, this is 100 or something like that, the number. Because I liked painting very much, So in my mind, always I was thinking I want to do something from the real lotus. I just convert it to a paint-like lotus. Okay, I would like to share some simple tips of doing this type or this form of paint-like pictures. Okay, the first thing you pick, try to pick a simple theme, not so many flowers together. Just start out with a simple theme. Avoid being too complicated. Okay, and for Chinese painting, they always have a blank space, a lot of blank space. So less is more. And you will add the title. You add the title, and lastly, maybe the background, the texture of the paper. You may add some like the painting, the drawing paper texture, a bit some grain. And finally, there's the Chinese seal, traditional seal. This seal, you will point out the theme, highlight the theme, and it might balance the whole composition. Okay, and this is another form of lotus flower. Snowy lotus flower. And this is a Chinese ink-light lotus flower. Sometimes it's an experimental work. I tried many nights for these few pictures, for these two, for all these. Slowly you will get faster. When I first try, it really takes my time. And this one, many failure before come to this picture as well, come to this photo. Okay. And this picture, thank you to BMW. I get the creation art for this picture. And lastly, I would like to share this short message. Like a lotus flower, we too have the ability to rise from the mud, bloom out of the darkness, and radiate into the world. Okay, this is the last piece. I hope you enjoyed, and we will learn together. Any question?
Thank you, Jessie. Thank you for your great sharing today. Let me check with the Facebook to see whether there's any questions from the audience. You have to stay on the line
Oh
first.
yeah, now I'm looking at my handphone. Thank you to all my friends here. Brother Sin Liang, hello. Now only I have time to greet all of you.
Let me check. Okay. Jessie.
Yes.
There's a audience asking the questions that any classes offer for beginner. I would love to join from Evelyn Lam.
Yes. Pardon again.
From the Evelyn Lam. She's asking any classes offer for beginner. I would love to join. That's from her.
I don't conduct any classes. So you are feel free to join me when I'm shooting lotus, or you can just PM me, say, when are you going to shoot lotus? Then I will let you know.
Okay. Oh, Evelyn, after the live finish, you can watch the playback. You always on the Facebook, and we also have the YouTube channel for this, so you can watch at the higher resolution video on the YouTube.
Oh,
I'll
that's
share,
great.
yeah,
That's great.
the description of this live will have the link for the higher resolution video on YouTube. You can just click it to watch it. Okay.
Okay, now I can see all my friends in the comment. My old schoolmate, old schoolmate. Hi, Xue Yan, Guai Peng, Shirley. Thank you. Yeah, I will greet them one by one. Hi, Ellen. Hi, dear Ellen. So hope you enjoy this evening. Anything can just PM me.
Jesse, can
Any
you stop
question,
your?
Davy?
I mean, you can use stop the sharing so I can share my screen.
Yeah,
Jesse.
sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Davy.
Okay, please stay with us. So we have more things. So I just wonder if any question coming up. So you still here to answer it. Don't go away. So okay, let me.
Oh, Auntie Evelyn Lam, he said, how long have you been shooting? Is 5 years. 5 years. Thank you, Jaya J.
Okay, let me see. We have. Okay,
You
so
have any question, Davy?
yeah, that's all. So
Oh,
you have
okay.
anything to add on before you get on?
I think my music career and background did really give me some idea, and I always merge it in my photography, especially when come to moods and the feelings. Because in music we are more expressive. Definitely, when you play music, you need a lot of feeling. So it really showed in my photos.
Oh, Jesse, just
Yes.
came to my mind that I have a questions. I know you are the music teacher, so how is the music that affect your photography? How is
Yeah.
it influence your photography?
I think mainly is the feeling and the mood.
Okay.
So I'm very sensitive to the whole feel, to the entire feel of the pictures, of the photos. Yeah, that's the main thing. The colors, like the colors in one of the photos, I will think of and I will link with my music the different key. The different key will give the different mood to the music, and as well like in this photography, the different colors will create the different moods and different feelings when you look at the photos.
All right.
Mm.
So okay, thank you today
Okay,
for your
thank you,
sharing.
Davy. Thank
Yeah.
you for your effort,
So
for
if
nice
any
testing. Thank you so
yeah.
much and checking. Bye bye, all my friends. I'll
Okay,
chat with
bye.
you, PM you.
If
Bye.
any member want to shoot the lotus, they can look for you, right? So
Yeah,
you
anyone want to shoot lotus, just join me after
we
CMCO.
after CMSO, correct? So everyone
Yeah.
stay safe. Uh,
Okay.
okay.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. So for PSPJ member, upcoming we have a monthly photo contest shortlisted photos. So give me a while. So just to share with you guys for our monthly Pspj have the monthly photo contest every month. So for the month of January 2020, we have the first team is a Deepavali, but since it's a MCO, so we can't go to outing in groups like before the MCO. All the Pspj member, we doing the photo outing like just alone. So our first team for November is a Deepavali, which is free and easy, and you can see all the submitted photos with the hashtag Pspj photo 14/11/2020. So the second team for the November is the patterns and shapes. Also the same is you can see all the submitted photos on the Pspj group page with the hashtag Pspj photo 21/11/2020. So just let you guys see the shortlisted photos for November. The first team, Deepavali, the shortlisted photo is from WC Wong, Albert Law, Chua Yuanyi, and the shortlisted photo for the team patterns and shapes is from Cho Liang Yong, Yok Moi, Ellen Hui, Yok Moi, Hilda. Okay. So we announced the winners for the monthly photo contest of Pspj. It goes to for Chua Yuanyi for the Deepavali team, and Yok Moi, congratulations, is for the pattern and shapes teams. So please, both of you, please contact Pspj committee for the arrangement for your rewards. Okay. So follow up, I have announced some introduction. Pspj have a collaboration with the Lions Club to conduct the charity photo contest 2020. We also support this charity activity. So I wish all the members, especially Pspj members, and also some of the photographers, hobbies, to support this charity photo contest. If you can try to search it on Google it for the Lions Club. We care, we love charity photo contest. So it started on 16th of September, and you due for the due date is for the submission of photos is 15th on December. So now please try to look for it online, and the entry donation is 25 ringgit, or if you are from overseas, you also can submit for this photo contest for the USD $7.50. So the bank info is here. You can snap the screen and do the transfer for the submissions. And if you need more information, you can look for Pspj committees. We'll share this information with you for your participant or for your photo submission participation. So you can also look for Lions Club Kuala Lumpur Sri Petaling for this photo contest. Okay. So let me see is any question from the audience. Okay. You can contact us privately later if you need more information. So let me see. So today's we have a lot of guests do the great sharing today, and we really thank you for them for those sharing. Say, is there any committee like to talk anything to the audience or speaker? Hilda, anything you want to say?
No,
Okay.
I no. I don't have anything to say. No.
Okay. So Eddie, do you have any other people you guys want to do any announcement or any add-ons before we end this live session? Eddie?
Is it the Lion Club?
Yes, I already
Hello.
shared the.
Hello.
Eddie, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Is it the Lion Club already share, right? We got any special guest or not from Lion Club?
Oh, Lion Club. They unfortunately they cannot join us today, so I already shared the information.
Okay.
Okay. So our outing still free and easy for December.
Our outing, yes. Because for the MCO, we need to extend to extend or postpone for the physical outing. I mean, in group, those group outing we need to postpone. So members, please stay safe from the COVID-19. So if I want here, I like to invite members to participate in our monthly meeting to do the sharing because I know a lot of members you have a lot of great words and artworks, photo, your experience. I would like to invite all the members to do the sharing online live with us for monthly meeting.
Well, Dave, I think it would be nice. Yeah. I think a lot of members are very talented, and I think it would be nice if people came to the forefront and shared some of their work, especially the women. I mean,
Yes.
today we had two women.
Today, JC, we have Annie. They do a great sharing. I believe a lot of ladies have a great work, so I wish them they can come forward. They can contact us for the arrangement of for the sharing. So
Well,
please,
I think a lot of women were encouraged to come out today, since we had we had 3 people whose work was directed towards the women. So it's a shame, but that's life, I guess.
okay. Nori, I believe from today onwards, a lot of female photographers or hobbies will come forward to do the sharing. Okay, thanks.
Anyway.
Thanks, Hilda, for inviting female photographers to join us in the live. So, if no any other things to announce.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dave, for conducting this. It was wonderful. You worked
thanks.
very hard. Thank you.
So okay. So this is the end of our live session. So
Okay, thank you.
Bye everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Dave. Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
Thanks. 1 hour meeting.